Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk about a simple yet powerful word. No, it may seem small, but its impact can be monumental. We live in a world that often expects us to say yes to every request, every invitation, every demand on our time. But here's the truth: learning to say no is not just important, it's essential for our well-being. Empowerment starts with the choices we make. When we say no, we reclaim our power. We decide what our time and energy are worth. This is about self-care, not being selfish, but being wise enough to recognize our limits. Our time is a precious resource, and we must guard it fiercely. Think about setting boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, they are protective barriers that keep our inner self safe. When we establish these boundaries, we create a space where we can thrive, where we can focus on our passions and our goals without the distractions of unnecessary obligations. Many of us fear saying no because we worry about disappointing others. But let's take a moment to reflect on this. When we say no, we're not letting others down, we're being honest. Clarity of purpose is key here. When you know what truly matters to you, saying no becomes much easier. It's about prioritizing what aligns with your values and vision. Now, let's be real, it takes practice. Saying no is a skill, just like any other. You won't get it perfect on the first try, and that's okay. Each time you assert yourself, you build that muscle. You start to feel the freedom that comes from standing firm in your decisions. Remember, saying no doesn't have to be harsh or dismissive. It can be done with grace and respect. We can decline an invitation or a request while still honoring the relationship. This kindness doesn't just benefit us, it sets an example for others. Avoiding burnout is another crucial reason to say no. When we overcommit, we spread ourselves too thin. We drain our energy and our creativity. By saying no, we protect our mental and emotional health, ensuring we have the vitality to pursue what we love. Learning to say no is a pathway to personal growth. It's about discovering who you are and what you want out of life. When you embrace the power of no, you create space for opportunities that truly resonate with you. So as you move forward, I invite you to reflect on this. What can you say no to in order to say yes to something that brings you joy, purpose, and fulfillment? Remember, the next time you feel the pressure to agree to something that doesn't serve you, pause and breathe. Take a moment to honor your needs, because in that moment of choice, you are not just saying no, you are embracing your true self. Empowerment begins with recognizing that we have the ability to shape our own lives and decisions. When we say no, we affirm our right to prioritize our own needs and desires. This act is a declaration of our autonomy. It signifies that we are in control of our choices rather than being swayed by external pressures or expectations. Saying no allows us to create space for what truly matters to us. It gives us the courage to stand up for our beliefs and values, reinforcing the notion that our time and energy are not commodities to be freely given away. This empowerment fosters a deeper understanding of ourselves and what we genuinely want out of life. When we practice saying no, we cultivate confidence. Each time we assert ourselves, we reinforce our self-worth. This shift in mindset not only impacts our personal lives, but also ripples out into our professional relationships. Empowered individuals inspire others to embrace their own boundaries, creating a culture of respect and authenticity. Empowerment through the act of saying no leads to a more intentional life. It encourages us to be proactive rather than reactive, enabling us to choose commitments that align with our passions and goals. Ultimately, this journey of self-empowerment transforms how we view ourselves and our place in the world, allowing us to live more authentically and purposefully. Self-care is a vital aspect of our well-being, and learning to say no is an essential component of that practice. In a world that constantly demands our attention and energy, we often overlook our own needs in favor of meeting the expectations of others. By saying no, we prioritize our mental, emotional, and physical health, ensuring that we have the time and space to recharge and nurture ourselves. When we say no, we create boundaries that protect our personal time and resources. This isn't just about avoiding burnout, it's about honoring our own limits. It allows us to engage in activities that genuinely enrich our lives, whether that's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, or simply enjoying moments of solitude. By focusing on self-care, we recognize that our well-being is not a luxury but a necessity. Practicing self-care through the act of saying no helps us to cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves. It encourages us to listen to our inner voice, guiding us toward choices that align with our values and desires. This self-awareness is crucial for maintaining a balanced life, where we can thrive rather than merely survive. Prioritizing self-care creates a ripple effect in our relationships. When we take care of ourselves, we show up as our best selves for others. We can engage more meaningfully and authentically, fostering healthier connections. Saying no becomes an act of self-respect, which in turn encourages those around us to respect their own needs and boundaries. Embracing self-care through the power of no allows us to lead more fulfilling lives. It empowers us to take charge of our happiness and well-being, ensuring that we are not just meeting others' demands, but actively shaping a life that reflects who we are and what we truly want. Setting boundaries is essential for maintaining a healthy balance in our lives, and learning to say no is a fundamental part of this process. Boundaries serve as guidelines for how we interact with others, protecting our time, energy, and emotional well-being. When we establish clear boundaries, we communicate to ourselves and to others what we are willing to accept and what we are not. This clarity allows us to create environments where we can thrive. By saying no, we take a proactive approach to defining our limits. It empowers us to refuse requests or commitments that don't align with our values or that simply overwhelm us. This is not about shutting people out. Rather, it's about being honest about our capacity and ensuring that we have the space to focus on what truly matters. When we set boundaries, we foster a sense of control over our lives, which can significantly reduce feelings of stress and anxiety. Setting boundaries encourages healthier relationships. When we communicate our needs and limits, we create a foundation of respect and understanding. People around us learn to appreciate our boundaries, which often leads to more meaningful interactions. Rather than resenting our commitments, we approach relationships with intention, knowing that we are engaging on our own terms. Boundaries help us recognize our priorities. When we say no to distractions or obligations that don't serve us, we free up time and energy for pursuits that align with our goals and passions. This intentionality cultivates a sense of purpose in our lives, guiding us toward experiences that bring joy and fulfillment. In establishing boundaries through the act of saying no, we also model healthy behavior for others. When we respect our own limits, we send a powerful message that it's okay for others to do the same. This creates a culture of support, where everyone feels empowered to prioritize their own needs. Setting boundaries is a vital act of self-care and self-respect. It allows us to live authentically, honoring our values and aspirations while fostering connections that enrich our lives. Embracing the power of no can lead us to a more balanced, fulfilling existence where we are in charge of our own narrative. Clarity of purpose is a guiding principle that helps us navigate our choices and commitments with confidence. When we have a clear understanding of our goals, values, and aspirations, it becomes easier to determine what aligns with our vision for our lives. This clarity acts as a compass, directing us toward opportunities and relationships that resonate with our true selves while helping us identify those that do not. Having a well-defined purpose allows us to approach each decision with intention. When faced with a request or an invitation, we can ask ourselves whether it serves our goals or detracts from our focus. This process of evaluation is crucial, as it empowers us to say no without guilt or hesitation. Instead of feeling obligated to comply with every demand, we recognize that our time and energy are finite resources that should be invested in what matters most. Clarity of purpose fosters a sense of confidence in our choices. When we know what we stand for and what we aim to achieve, it becomes much easier to assert our boundaries. Saying no is no longer a source of anxiety. It transforms into an act of alignment with our values. This confidence not only strengthens our resolve, but also enhances our ability to communicate our needs to others effectively. Having clarity of purpose allows us to cultivate resilience in the face of external pressures. Life is full of distractions and competing demands, and without a clear sense of direction, it can be easy to lose sight of what truly matters. When we are anchored in our purpose, we can navigate challenges more gracefully, making choices that reflect our long-term vision rather than succumbing to momentary impulses or societal expectations. Clarity of purpose serves as a foundation for personal growth. It encourages us to reflect on our experiences, learn from them, and adjust our paths as necessary. By regularly revisiting our goals and values, we ensure that our lives remain aligned with our authentic selves. This ongoing process of self-discovery enriches our journey and deepens our understanding of who we are. When we embrace clarity of purpose, we empower ourselves to say no with confidence and grace. This practice not only protects our time and energy, but also allows us to live more fully and authentically, pursuing the life we truly desire. Fear of disappointment is a powerful emotion that often holds us back from asserting our needs and boundaries. Many of us worry about letting others down, feeling guilty at the thought of saying no to requests from friends, family, or colleagues. This fear can create an overwhelming sense of obligation, making it difficult to prioritize our own well-being. However, recognizing and addressing this fear is crucial for our personal growth and empowerment. Understanding that disappointment is a natural part of life can help us reframe our perspective. When we say no, it may initially cause disappointment for the other person, but it's essential to remember that their feelings are not our responsibility. We cannot always please everyone, and trying to do so often leads to our own burnout and resentment. Acknowledging this reality allows us to shift our focus from the fear of disappointing others to the importance of honoring our own needs. We must recognize that saying no can lead to healthier relationships in the long run. When we are honest about our limits, we set the stage for open communication and mutual respect. Others may initially feel let down, but over time, they will likely come to appreciate our honesty and the boundaries we set. This can foster a deeper understanding and strengthen connections as it creates space for more authentic interactions. Confronting the fear of disappointment can serve as a catalyst for self-reflection. It prompts us to consider why we feel compelled to say yes when we genuinely want to say no. By examining our motivations, we can uncover underlying beliefs or patterns that drive our behavior. This introspection allows us to break free from unhealthy habits and encourages us to prioritize our own needs. Embracing the discomfort of saying no is a practice that can lead to profound personal growth. Each time we assert ourselves, we build resilience and confidence. We learn that the world doesn't fall apart when we prioritize our own well-being, and we become more attuned to what truly brings us joy and fulfillment. Over time, this practice diminishes the grip of fear and transforms it into empowerment. Overcoming the fear of disappointment opens the door to a more balanced and authentic life. It allows us to navigate our relationships and commitments with intention, fostering a sense of clarity and purpose. By learning to say no, we honor not only our own needs, but also the integrity of our relationships, paving the way for deeper connections built on mutual respect and understanding. Practicing the art of saying no is a vital skill that can significantly enhance our lives. Just like any other skill, it requires time, patience, and a willingness to step outside our comfort zones. Initially, saying no might feel uncomfortable or even daunting, but the more we practice, the more natural it becomes. This repeated practice allows us to develop confidence in asserting our boundaries, making it easier to prioritize our needs without guilt or hesitation. One effective way to start is by rehearsing responses in various scenarios. Whether it's declining a social invitation or saying no to an extra work assignment, having a few phrases ready can ease the anxiety that often accompanies these conversations. For example, practicing phrases like "I appreciate the offer, but I can't commit right now" helps prepare us for real-life situations. The more we articulate our boundaries, the more comfortable we become in expressing them. Another important aspect of practice is learning from our experiences. Each time we say no, we have the opportunity to reflect on how it felt and how it was received. Did the other person respect our decision? How did we feel afterward? These reflections can guide us in refining our approach and building our confidence over time. Understanding that it's okay to stumble along the way allows us to embrace the learning process rather than fear failure. Starting small can be incredibly effective. We don't have to tackle the most challenging situations right away. By beginning with low-stakes scenarios, such as declining a casual invitation or turning down a minor request, we can build our confidence gradually. Each small success reinforces our ability to assert our boundaries, making it easier to tackle bigger challenges down the line. It's also essential to recognize that practicing saying no can foster a sense of empowerment. Each time we assert ourselves, we reinforce our self-worth and autonomy. We send a message to ourselves and others that our needs and feelings matter. This empowerment not only enhances our well-being, but also encourages those around us to respect their own boundaries and needs. Sharing our journey with trusted friends or family can provide additional support. Engaging in conversations about the challenges and triumphs of setting boundaries can create a sense of camaraderie. Others may share their own experiences, offering insights and encouragement that can further bolster our confidence. The practice of saying no is about cultivating a mindset that prioritizes self-respect and authenticity. As we engage in this practice, we begin to see the positive impact it has on our lives: less stress, more clarity, and deeper, more meaningful connections. Over time, this skill becomes an integral part of who we are, enabling us to live more fully and align our actions with our true desires. Respecting others while saying no is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships and effective communication. When we approach these situations with kindness and consideration, we can convey our boundaries without alienating or hurting the other person. This respect is fundamental to creating an environment where open dialogue can flourish, allowing both parties to express their needs and feelings. When we say no, it's essential to acknowledge the other person's feelings. By doing so, we demonstrate empathy and understanding. For instance, instead of simply declining an invitation or request, we can express gratitude for the offer and recognize the effort the other person made in reaching out. Phrases like "Thank you for thinking of me, but I won't be able to make it," or "I appreciate the opportunity, but I have other commitments," not only convey our boundaries but also show that we value the relationship. This respectful approach encourages the other person to see our decision as a reflection of our own needs rather than a rejection of them. It helps them understand that saying no does not diminish our regard for them; rather, it reinforces our authenticity. When we communicate our boundaries with respect, it creates a sense of trust and fosters healthier dynamics. Respecting others while saying no can pave the way for constructive conversations. When we articulate our reasons for declining a request without oversharing or feeling obligated to justify ourselves, we invite the other person to engage in a dialogue about their needs and expectations. This can lead to a deeper understanding of each other's perspectives, which can strengthen the relationship over time. Demonstrating respect when we say no sets a precedent for how we want to be treated in return. By modeling respectful communication, we encourage others to respond similarly when it comes to their own boundaries. This reciprocal respect cultivates a culture of understanding, where everyone feels empowered to express their needs without fear of backlash or judgment. It's also important to remember that saying no doesn't mean we have to sever ties or withdraw support. We can offer alternatives or express our willingness to help in other ways, showing that we still care about the person and their needs. For example, if we can't attend an event, we might suggest meeting another time or checking in later. This keeps the connection alive and emphasizes that our decision was not personal, but rather a matter of timing or capacity. Respecting others while asserting our own boundaries is a powerful practice that fosters healthier, more authentic relationships. By balancing our needs with empathy for those around us, we can navigate difficult conversations with grace and integrity, ensuring that everyone feels heard and valued. This approach not only enhances our interactions but also enriches our connections, leading to deeper and more meaningful relationships. Avoiding burnout is crucial in today's fast-paced world, and learning to say no is one of the most effective strategies for safeguarding our mental and emotional health. When we constantly agree to take on more responsibilities, we risk overwhelming ourselves and spreading our energy too thin. This can lead to feelings of exhaustion, stress, and ultimately burnout, where we find ourselves depleted and unable to function at our best. By saying no, we create necessary space for rest and rejuvenation, It allows us to prioritize self-care, ensuring that we have the time and energy to engage in activities that genuinely nourish us, whether that's spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, or simply taking a break. This intentional approach to our commitments fosters a sense of balance in our lives, helping us to recharge and maintain our overall well-being. Saying no helps us to stay focused on our core responsibilities and passions. When we commit to too many tasks or obligations, we often lose sight of what truly matters to us. This can lead to a lack of fulfillment and satisfaction, further contributing to feelings of burnout. By setting boundaries and declining requests that don't align with our priorities, we can direct our energy toward the pursuits that bring us joy and purpose. It's important to recognize that avoiding burnout isn't just about saying no to external demands, it also involves being mindful of our internal dialogue. Often, we place unrealistic expectations on ourselves, feeling that we must do it all. Challenging these beliefs and acknowledging that it's okay to take a step back is a vital part of this process. Learning to say no can serve as a powerful reminder that we are not machines, we are human beings with limits. Practicing this skill helps us cultivate resilience. As we become more adept at asserting our boundaries, we gain confidence in our ability to manage our commitments. This newfound assertiveness can reduce feelings of overwhelm as we become more intentional about what we take on. We learn that our worth is not determined by our productivity or our ability to please others. By prioritizing our own needs, we are better equipped to support those around us. When we take care of ourselves, we have more energy and enthusiasm to engage with others authentically. This means we can offer our support and presence without the burden of resentment or exhaustion, leading to healthier, more rewarding relationships. Learning to say no is a vital tool for avoiding burnout and enhancing our overall quality of life. It empowers us to take control of our time and energy, enabling us to cultivate a balanced existence where we can thrive both personally and professionally. By making this commitment to ourselves, we create a foundation for long-term well-being, ensuring that we can pursue our passions without sacrificing our health. Personal growth is a transformative journey, and learning to say no plays a pivotal role in that process. By asserting our boundaries, we not only prioritize our own needs, but also foster an environment where we can explore our true selves. Saying no can be a powerful catalyst for self-discovery, prompting us to reflect on our values, goals, and what genuinely brings us joy. When we practice saying no, we challenge ourselves to evaluate our commitments and desires. This introspection allows us to identify patterns in our behavior, such as the tendency to overcommit or to please others at our own expense. By recognizing these patterns, we gain insight into our motivations and can make more intentional choices moving forward. This self-awareness is a crucial step in personal growth, as it encourages us to break free from habits that no longer serve us. Embracing the ability to say no empowers us to pursue our passions and interests more fully. When we eliminate distractions and obligations that drain our energy, we create space for activities that align with our true aspirations. This alignment not only enhances our sense of fulfillment, but also nurtures our personal development. We become more engaged and enthusiastic about our pursuits, leading to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our capabilities. Learning to say no fosters resilience. Each time we assert our boundaries, we build confidence in our ability to advocate for ourselves. This confidence translates into other areas of our lives, encouraging us to take risks, seek new opportunities, and face challenges with a sense of empowerment. As we cultivate this resilience, we become more adaptable and open to change, key components of personal growth. Saying no also opens the door to meaningful connections. By prioritizing our needs, we invite relationships that are based on authenticity and mutual respect. These connections often become sources of inspiration and support, further fueling our personal development. When we engage with others who respect our boundaries, we create a nurturing environment that encourages growth for everyone involved. The practice of saying no reinforces our self-worth. It sends a powerful message that our needs and feelings are valid. This affirmation is crucial for building a positive self-image, as it encourages us to value ourselves and our time. As we recognize our worth, we become more willing to pursue our dreams and aspirations without hesitation. Embracing the power of no is a profound act of self-care that lays the groundwork for personal growth. It encourages us to live authentically, align our actions with our true desires, and cultivate a life filled with purpose and meaning. By learning to say no, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment, allowing us to thrive in ways we may have previously thought impossible. Freedom is one of the most profound benefits of learning to say no. When we master this essential skill, we liberate ourselves from the burdens of overcommitment and the weight of others' expectations. This newfound freedom allows us to reclaim our time and energy, enabling us to focus on what truly matters to us. Saying no creates a sense of autonomy in our lives. It empowers us to make decisions that align with our values and goals rather than being dictated by external pressures or societal norms. This autonomy fosters a deeper connection with ourselves as we become more attuned to our desires and priorities. We begin to realize that we have the power to choose how we spend our time, and this realization can be incredibly liberating. Embracing the ability to say no opens up opportunities for personal growth and exploration. With fewer obligations weighing us down, we have the freedom to pursue new interests, hobbies, or passions that resonate with us. This exploration enriches our lives and contributes to a more fulfilling existence. We can engage in activities that spark joy, creativity, and curiosity, enhancing our overall well-being. Learning to say no can lead to more meaningful relationships. When we prioritize our own needs, we can engage with others in a more authentic way. This authenticity fosters deeper connections, as our interactions are based on mutual respect and understanding rather than obligation. As a result, our relationships become more enriching, providing support and encouragement as we navigate our personal journeys. This freedom from overcommitment allows us to cultivate a sense of peace and balance in our lives. By saying no to the demands that don't align with our priorities, we reduce stress and create space for relaxation and self-reflection. This balance is crucial for maintaining mental and emotional health, as it enables us to recharge and reconnect with ourselves. The freedom that comes from saying no can inspire others to do the same. When we model this behavior, we encourage those around us to assert their own boundaries. This creates a ripple effect, fostering a culture of respect and authenticity where everyone feels empowered to prioritize their needs. In this environment, people can thrive, leading to more supportive and fulfilling relationships. The freedom gained from learning to say no transforms our lives in meaningful ways. It enables us to live with intention, pursue our passions, and build relationships that reflect our true selves. By embracing this freedom, we create a life that is not only more authentic, but also richer and more fulfilling, allowing us to thrive in every aspect of our existence. In conclusion, learning to say no is a powerful and transformative skill that can profoundly impact our lives. By embracing the art of saying no, we empower ourselves to prioritize our well-being, establish healthy boundaries, and nurture our personal growth. It allows us to navigate our commitments with intention, fostering deeper, more meaningful relationships built on mutual respect. As we practice this essential skill, we not only free ourselves from the weight of overcommitment, but also create space for what truly brings us joy and fulfillment. We discover that saying no is not a rejection of others, but an affirmation of our own needs and desires. This journey toward authenticity and empowerment ultimately leads to a more balanced, purposeful life. So I encourage each of you to reflect on your own commitments and consider where you can begin to assert your boundaries. Remember, saying no is not just about denying requests, it's about opening the door to a life that is richer and more aligned with who you truly are. Embrace the freedom that comes with this practice and watch how it transforms your life in remarkable ways. Thank you